We're on to the 4th episode of Breaking Bad. There's only one storyline that I wanted to talk about here. In particular, the bit where Jesse goes back home and his mom and dad treat him like the black sheep of the family.
How many times have we said right here and had the same conversation over and over again where you look us in the eye and you plead ignorance?
While they treat his brother like some kind of up-and-coming superstar who can do no wrong.
But I'm telling you, you really shine on that oboe. You have real talent, and I'm not just saying that.
I mean, to be fair, Jesse is making and selling meth.
Best Dante ever. Grab that pipe.
While his brother is playing in concerts and winning trophies at a regular rate.
Remember, not all learning comes out of books.
So now you know what the scenes I'm talking about are. Let me explain narcissistic splitting. Okay, splitting simply means to split things into categories.
Active, inactive, good, bad.
But with narcissists, there are only two categories to split things into: perfect and worthless. To the narcissist, everything about themselves is perfect, or at least the mask that they project their good qualities onto, while everyone else eventually becomes worthless for never being able to hold up to the narcissist in possibly high standards. You see, narcissist minds work in extremes. They see things in shades of black and white, of good and bad. There is no in-between. Nothing is in shades of gray. Either something is good and therefore everything about that thing is also good, or something is bad and therefore everything about that thing is also bad. There is no good qualities to go to a bad thing, nor do bad qualities go to a good thing inside the narcissist's mind. I've heard that the reason narcissists do this is that in very early childhood, their parents were neglectful at points, but also good and loving parents at points, making the push-pull relationship the narcissists are known for and causing a trauma bond in an infant. This caused the child to disassociate their parents' bad, neglectful side from the good, caring side, and thus this particular narcissistic trait developed. They started thinking about mommy as if she was two people, good mommy and bad mommy. And in their newly formed narcissistic mind, these are completely separate people. Because narcissists split things like this, they didn't develop object constancy or the ability to hold both good and bad qualities on one person or object simultaneously. This is why they can't see anything good about you at all when they are upset with you, because in that instant, everything about you is seen negatively in the narcissist's mind. Note that this doesn't really have to be something you did to them either. The narcissist cannot take blame for anything, even when it's obviously their fault, and they will always find ways to put the blame onto someone else, even if they were quite close to this person before they decided they were the worst person ever. And that's how much narcissists care about close relationships. Not even a little bit. Okay, there's another thing to mention about splitting that's appropriate, and that's that there are two specific people in the narcissist's life that are a byproduct of this narcissistic quality. Namely, the golden child and the scapegoat. The golden child is the person who the narcissist sees as being all good no matter what, and the scapegoat is the person the narcissist sees as being all bad no matter what. The scapegoat will also always be blamed for anything negative that happens to the narcissist and will be used as the fall guy for any situation, even when the scapegoat isn't even there, or had long since gone no contact with the rest of the family. You can be assured the scapegoat's narcissistic family will still be finding reasons to blame them for months or even years after they're gone, before moving on to find another scapegoat. This cycle of finding scapegoats and abusing them until they leave the narcissist will continue forever until everyone leaves the narcissist, and the person with NPD will be sitting there blaming everyone else for being the horrible ones for leaving them, still unable to take the blame for anything. However, when and if this does happen, it's possible to trigger something known as narcissistic collapse, where the narcissist is completely unable to get their supply and their brain is sent into a panic state. Sometimes this can cause them to change, but from what I've heard, this change is only temporary, as once they find a new source of supply, they go back to being, in medical terms, a narcissistically abusive asshole.
No. This one here, calling me a liar, he just insulted you, he insulted me, all of us.
But in a narcissistic family, as with Jesse's, with two narcissistic parents and only two kids, you can rest assured that one of those kids will be the golden child and the other one will be the scapegoat. The same might be true on a smaller scale in every social group involving the narcissist as well. Usually the golden child and the scapegoat are typically very normal children, nothing particularly good or bad about either of them, but the narcissist will basically decide who is the scapegoat and who is the golden child before they even do anything. And that's the role they will play for the rest of their lives. These are lifelong roles. The bad child will always be seen negatively, no matter what they are doing, they will be considered a problem. Likewise, everything the golden child does will be treated like the best thing ever, as they're put on a pedestal up with the narcissist. Oftentimes, the children put into these roles will fall into those roles, much like Jesse and his brother seem to be doing here. Jesse, he does actually seem to be a problem child, while his brother does seem to be excelling at many aspects of his life. Unconsciously, this is their children doing what their parents want them to do. In a very real way, though, this is highly abusive because these children never got to be the people they actually are. Anyway, unconsciously the golden child will know they have to appear to be better than others in some way, or they will fall out of their parents' favor. It's actually a very slippery slope between the golden child and the scapegoat, and if the golden child starts doing things like getting caught with a joint, as a random example...
Think I could have it back?
It's skunk weed anyway.
they could become the new scapegoat. For the scapegoat, it's almost impossible to get out of this role in the narcissist's mind, no matter what you do. If you get really good at something, the narcissist will act like it's the worst thing in the world to be good at. If you act well behaved, the narcissist will treat you like it's all an act, or you're just doing it to impress people, or something similar. And they will let you know what they think of you every chance they get. They will never get you what you want, or give you a legitimate compliment that wasn't also a veiled insult. They will watch you struggle to impress them, and feel entitled to tell you it doesn't, and you suck for trying. It will make them feel good for putting such a lowly creature in their place, is the way they will see it. This also gives them someone to always feel superior to. This abused person is created to give the narcissist a very consistent form of supply. Whenever the narcissist is feeling emotionally low in any way, they can simply devalue and abuse their scapegoat, and they'll feel slightly better for just a moment. And that's basically all this person will mean to them. They're an emotional punching bag and nothing more. Scapegoat will often feel like the narcissist doesn't want them around, but at the same time, the narcissist typically won't let them leave, especially when they're actually good people in a moral sense. Good people make good supply, because they'll put up with the narcissist's abuse for longer. And because the narcissist will see good people as foolish and willing victims, I mean, they would have to be foolish so that narcissists keep abusing them, and they must like the abuse. Who wouldn't like this constant negative attention from such a perfect person after all? They also see their abuse as doing you good for teaching you to behave better. Behaving better to a narcissist means to be good supply that does what you're told and not act like a human being with interests outside of the narcissist, by the way. But if you're actually not a good person, like Jesse definitely isn't, then that gives the narcissist every excuse to kick their scapegoats out on their ass, probably at a point when the scapegoat needs their parents the most. It's just like a bully to kick people while they're down, after all. But narcissists make terrible parents. And not just for this reason, but mostly because they can't see their own kids as individuals with their own wants and needs. Also, the narcissist takes offense whenever their kids try to be themselves, which is tragic because most narcissists end up having kids. They themselves think that they're the best and most perfect parents to ever have kids, and even in spite of that one black sheep who everyone in the family seems to blame for all of their problems, the narcissist legitimately thinks this is the truth. It's only the kids' fault for being bad kids.
Enough, Jesse. Enough.
We need you to leave.